The pocket watch, I like to say, is a really great second, what we call induction, right? So the process of hypnosis is we induce the hypnotic state. Inductions can be one very long one. It's a majority of what a session is about. So induction, so let me start that again. In When you break apart a hypnotic session, there are the inductions and then the suggestions and then the awakening, right? So the inductions are what are inducing you into the hypnotic state. The suggestions are those intentional shifts that we're looking to produce. The ending sequence is bringing you up and out of it. And sometimes there might be a deepening again to put you back into anchor in a word. Those are how I typically do it. So, all of these sequences we're learning for self hypnosis are induction techniques, right? The eye fixation, progressive relaxation, hot bath. The pocket watch induction is actually one that I like to typically use in like a not the primary state placement in the induction sequence, but maybe toward the second or third or further in. Because what happens when you think about a pocket watch, and this is why hypnotists use a pocket watch, again, one, you can use it to stimulate the mind. Again, like an eye fascination, you're getting the mind to focus its attention on something that's moving, you're overstimulating it. The other reason that I like to use it in a later um, induction sequence is because the second step of the eye movements in hypnosis are like the REM state, right? They mimic that rocking back and forth and back and forth. And so it's a very easy thing because, again, close your eyes with me for a second. When you think about a pocket watch floating side to side, if you could visualize it, even if it's not a clear image and it's just a thought of something moving side to side. Play around with the pacing of it. How quick, slow it down, left to right. It's kind of like this very lulling, soothing sequence, right? I feel very cradled and calmed, almost like I'm gently being rocked. And so when you think about the eye, it gets the eyes moving in this REM state. You could think about how when it moves back and forth, there might be a click on either side, right? You'll see an EMDR also there. They use like sometimes clicking that you can snap too. But the goal is that as you're watching it move back and forth, it's going to induce a relaxation and openness and a focus. And when you feel like you've gotten to a place where you're nice and relaxed, you can begin to slow it down. You might even notice it slowly slows down until it hangs right in the center and it's paused. And it's in that pause that you allow your mind to sort of open up as if that pocket watch can turn into a circle and open it, but play around with it. This is where you get to use your creative mind if you want to go, what do I want to do next? Where do I want to go? What do I want to visualize? Or once the pocket watch stops, you can now, because you're in the hypnotic state, implement your intentional suggestions of what it is you'd like to change. So again, the pocket watch, it's just a visualization. Again, it's a focusing technique that can be used in like the second or third induction sequence. Okay, so again, let's take that visual, sort of wrap it up, take a nice deep breath, bring yourself back here into the room where we can go on to the next one. Yes, exactly like a metronome, back and forth, back and forth. And you could use that too, Claire. If you have a metronome, you could use that. Again, it's just like following it, making sure that it's going at a pace that feels good. Allow your mind to pick the pace. You might find if you're anxious, it's more quick, and then it slowly begins to slow down. You might pace it with your breath. Again, I'm not one for like really timing things with the breath, but like you could go in and then out, just pacing it with the natural breath where it's like that way, or maybe the breath it's going this way and this way. It does not need to necessarily have the walk and watch going this way. You might visualize it going forward and back as well with your breath. Again, you're going to play to the strength. You're going to allow it to be however your mind takes in the suggestion, honor that. Now, other ways that you can do the pocket watch visualization that don't have to necessarily be a pocket watch if you're averse to the idea of a pocket watch, you can do a feather, right? Watching a feather moving side to side, right? You could imagine a hammock, swinging in a hammock. Again, it's that gentle rocking. You could imagine rocking your baby. However, you want to visualize that gentle rocking. Maybe it's being on a sailboat. I know I personally get very seasick, so I would prefer not to be rocking on a boat, but that is an option.